Mall of Fortune, yeah, there's a lot of firsts for me for that album. Yeah. Well, this was my first time, like, first for a lot of things. My first time, like, doing the whole thing just by myself, like, in my studio. First time doing, yeah, the whole project at home. It was my first time also, this is my second album, so it was my first time doing the thing where it's like, it was like over a 5-month period of like, I'm making this album in this time. You know what I mean? Like the first album was like a collection of things I had made over the years. And this was like the first time where it was like November 2017. It was like, okay, I'm making the album now. And it was just like writing, recording, producing, like, and it was just like, yeah. And I just, like I said, I wasn't seeing that many people during that time. And it's pretty wild, man. Like I'm naturally like I naturally stay up pretty late, but it was like I had no boundaries here because it was like I was at home. I didn't have a job to go to because it was like I'm making this album, you know? Yeah, and my schedule just like started off. I kind of always go to sleep at like 4 or something like that, but it was like every night it got later to where like the last 3 months of making the album, I was going to sleep at like 9, 10 a.m., like waking up at like 3 or 4 p.m., like 4 p.m., something like that. And so I was just living this like, yeah, doing this vampire thing. And yeah, and I guess just that in itself, over the whole course of time, it was pretty crazy. I mean, it was like good for my creativity, and it was just like, because it was just like, if an idea came up, it was like, no, I have to get it. Why should I not get it down now? I'm just going to put it down now. But it was also like pretty fucked up. It was like waking up like when the sun is about to go down is like doesn't feel that great, like and then just like after the process, like, it kind of felt like I was in this like, I mean, I was also smoking like hella weed during that time, but like, or hella spliffs, but it was like, it felt like I was in this like black hole, you know? Like I felt like I come up like afterwards, it was just like, oh shit, like where was I? Like, whoa, like I've been doing this since November, you know? Like it just felt like one long, like, I don't even know, like I was just in this weird like zone, and I just like came up for air finally at the end. It was just like, whoa, what just happened? That was like crazy. Yeah, so I don't know, that was like, but I mean, there were some cool moments in there, you know, like when you're just like, it's like 4 a.m, you're just like, oh shit, this is tight, like, I don't know. But yeah, at the end though, it definitely felt like I was like, whoa, what did I just do? Like next time around, I'm definitely gonna try to be like healthier. Like I'm gonna like try to like set boundaries and be like I'm still gonna work, like have long hours, but I want to feel more like, okay, I'm putting it aside now, and now I get to chill for the rest of the night, or like something like that. So I mainly use like in terms of like sounds, like creating sounds, I'm mainly using like hardware. So I mean, like, I don't know if I like for the geared nerds out there, I don't know, like for this album, like all the drums from this like late 90s or late 80s or early 90s drum synth called this Kawaii XD5. It's like a little rack thing, and it just looks, it's old, you know, but it's pretty much all that going through this like analog filter. It's called Electric's Filter Factory. It's like the cheapest analog filter you can get. So like those were all the drums, and those are like what I really went in on. And then like I mainly use one synth for the bass, like for the whole album, and it's just like this company from Berlin. It's called MFB, Nano's work. But yeah, and then aside from that, like a lot of the bread and butter sounds, like I use like the motif a lot, like because I was kind of like drawing a lot of influence from kind of like certain like early 2000s or like early to mid 2000s R&B, like Pharrell and shit like that, and they were always using the motif, like the motif is all over that stuff. So yeah, I don't know, those are some of my favorite toys.